Hey, I'm Big Jeff from Big Jeff Online. I started all this out of the trunk of my car in Miami, Florida, selling security cameras and other things, and it grew into car audio, which has always been my passion. Always been my passion. Get bigger and bigger and bigger. Hey, I'm Big Jeff coming to you once again with another unboxing video. We just did one of the DIA-D2, which is a titanium driver. This is the DIA-D2P for phenolic. So everybody has their own thoughts on it, phenolic or titanium, soft dome or not on tweeters. To me, phenolic just has a cleaner sound to me, more real life, where the titanium is more high pitched and makes you do the squint sometimes. But personal preference, I'd love to see your comments on which one you prefer and why. So make sure you subscribe to our channel and also leave some comments on this particular product and talking about titanium and phenolic voice coils. So we're talking now about the DIA-D2P, which is $59.95. It looks exactly like the non-P titanium from the box and everything, but we're going to go through it again as we open it up. Black Diamond did a great job with some styrofoam on top and bottom. I can't tell you on other brands I'm not going to name that when we ship it, we either have to put extra shipping material in or take the chance. So we'll put that off to the side. There is a manual. We're going to go over that in a second to go over the actual specs. And then when we pull this bad boy out, you'll see more styrofoam inside. But let's go over a few things about it. What is a driver? So it's a compression driver. Tweeters have a really higher frequency and give you that sound, where a driver's more of the vocals. More and more people nowadays are doing these. The biggest drawback obviously is space, because even though this is real slim, you have to put a horn on it. That actually changes the tone, just like on an instrument. You could power it up like this, but it's not going to sound anywhere near by putting even a short horn on it or a longer one. But when you put that on there, your mounting depth gets really, really big. So first thing I want to put out, push button terminals, nice ones. They're really tight. I've had a lot of product come through the shop that these just either already loose, and after a few times it's gonna not have that spring action. You can definitely get 16 gauge in there, maybe a little bit bigger depending on the size wire, but you should be fine with that. I love the logo. Problem is you don't really see this side of it too much in an install, but I love the Black Diamond logo. We're gonna flip this over. So this is a bolt-on style. Keep that in mind because they do have twist on. This needs to be bolted on. I believe this is 4 inches from bolt to bolt, and then you could do whatever size horn you want. The other thing I want to bring up quality is this screen here. Why is that there? Well, inside this is just a voice call. It will amaze you if you've never taken one apart to rebuild it. Why do you rebuild them? Well, a hell of a lot cheaper to just buy a diaphragm, take this off, pop it in there, and screw it back on, and it's brand new, then to replace the whole thing. But if sand or dirt got down in there, it's just going to grind it down and kill the coil. So that's very important. You also know it already comes with a rubber material that gives a little bit of pressure when you screw this down, so you have no leakage of air. And then this right here is a small mounting depth, but remember, you got to get that horn on there. So let's talk about the specs. First thing I want to say, this is 8 ohms. So if you're using a 4 ohm, or even a lot of the full range amplifiers now are 2 ohm, you're not going to get the power out of your amp with just one. So you're going to want to put a couple together. I've seen guys put 8 to get it down to 1 ohm on a full range amp and have these things everywhere. So the manual is very simple. I just want to talk about some of the specs here. First thing, the overall diameter of this thing is 5.27 inch, so just under 5.5 inches. Okay. The depth is only 2.36, so just under 2.5 inches for the magnet itself. And then we did discuss that this is a 4-inch bolt pattern. So this is a 2-inch throat diameter. So keep that in mind. That is that part. So when the coil goes in there, this is where all the sound's coming out. We talked about it being 8 ohm. Now on the power ratings, I'm not really sure here, and I'd love to get your guys' feedback. They're stating this as 160 watts, basically RMS power. We have a nice bench outside that we test product on, and 160 watts, this thing screams. It does say that the peak power is at 640 and the program handling is 320. I'm not real sure on that, and I'd love to get y'all's feedback on what you think. Me personally, I think you give this thing between 150 and 200 watts and have it gain down and let it ride. You also have a sensitivity level of 100 dB and a frequency response of 630 hertz to 20 kilohertz. Keep that in mind because we're going to discuss something right now. This does not come with a capacitor or a bass blocker, which means you have to cut this off, and they're recommending high pass crossover at least 800 hertz, and it's saying it will play down to 630, which means you can't just hook this up full range. You're going to blow it. This is not made to play mid bass or mid range or bass. So you're either going to use a capacitor like a 4.7 microfarad or something around there, or you need to have a crossover that will cross this over at the least 630 hertz. They're recommending 800, so you could do a DSP or an EQ or something, but this has to be crossed over or you're just going to fry them, okay? And it'll be considered misuse. So this also has a 2-inch, we talked about, voice coil. This is a phenolic voice coil. Give me your feedback. Do you like titanium? Do you like phenolic? Tell me why. And then finally, it's 34 ounces, and the metal is a ferrite metal. So we actually have these for $59.95. Really good price. You will need to add a horn on it. We'll do another video where they have actually this and a horn. This is great to replace something that you already have, or say you're looking for a particular size horn. You can get this, buy your horn, put it together, paint it, whatever you want to do. You can find this at the Black Diamond website, which is blackdiamondaudio.us. We are the US online and distributors, which is an awesome thing. Okay, if you buy direct from the Black Diamond website, obviously we're going to treat you like a platinum customer, and you will get Black Diamond freebies depending on how much you order. Okay, this is Big Jeff signing off with another unboxing with the Black Diamond DIA-D2P. See you soon. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and make sure you like and share this video. Have a good day.